I am in Luang Prabang, Laos, and this is the start of my cafe tour. So I'm with two of my new British friends. We are on our way to the morning market. We're gonna experience some of the street food here.
And then all of a sudden like this really like fresh, sharp taste afterwards. Like, I've never had anything like that before. It's kind of like having a half and half, like half iced tea, half coffee. Like you get the coffee and then you get the lemon. It's not like blended, which I think is really
She's good. She's gonna be a coffee YouTuber now. Famous on my channel. Oh wow. That's really interesting. It has this like this tartness at the end.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't really feel like it goes. But at the same time, it goes.
And then the more you sip it, the more you
I
kind
can
of
tell you.
get...
That could be very addictive. I guess he actually made that. So it's definitely condensed milk, evaporated milk. It's weird, but it works.
I cannot articulate like in the same way you can.
It doesn't matter. You have an English accent. Anything you say is
nice. It's not nice.
This is a non-coffee lover.
All you have to say is bloody good.
So it's like coffee to me.
Well done. It is coffee.
That is my review. Thank you.
Tastes like very medium roast, so it gets some bitterness, but that could have been from the over extraction. So I feel like the coffee could have been really, really nice. She pulled the entire Americano with the espresso machine. The correct way would have been to make the double shot and then add hot water. So this way you preserve like all the nuance in the coffee without over extracting and getting like the undesirable parts of coffee. I added a touch of sugar in there, so it's gonna smooth it out a little bit.
And it's a bit like bitter on the end. It's not quite as smooth.
I prefer this one over that one.
Do you really?
Yeah. I can't tell you why I like it more. I just like it more.
Cheers to the first coffee. This is called Saffron. The reason I chose Saffron is because one, it has a beautiful view. It's on the river. And then secondly, they do their own coffee roasting there. So I figured what better way to experience Laotian coffee than to have it fresh roasted in the cafe. That's where I'm headed now. First thing I noticed about the espresso is that there's very little crema perseverance, meaning like there's not a whole lot of crema left. But needless to say, I mean, the shot looked like it was timed pretty accurately. Within like, I think 22 seconds is when he finished the shot. I'm hopeful, and it looks like the right amount of, maybe a little bit more than a fluid ounce. So it pulled a little bit longer of a shot, but definitely gonna be better than the first coffee I had. Let's give it a try. So surprisingly, there's a lot more acidity on the coffee than I thought. It has a very metallic taste, acrid. I don't like using that word, it's a very negative word, but it really, really grabs the sides of the tongue. As it's cooling, it's actually improved dramatically. So the notes in here are like, you get these raisin notes. The only time I've ever tried these notes or experienced these notes is in Laotian coffee. Before I was gonna rate this like 6, 5, maybe 6. After drinking it when it's cold, I would raise it up 2 points. I'll give it a 7. I feel like we could have tamed the acidity a little bit better, but now the flavor notes really, really came through as it cools. Awesome, and I'm sure that's going to be even better in the cappuccino. The cappuccino is still really, really nice. It's thick, it's creamy. I almost want to question whether or not it's cow's milk. It's really, really nice. It's overwhelmed with oats, cranberries, Their baked goods are phenomenal. And I don't think there's going to be a better view at any cafe in Luang Prabang than what is here. Looking out across the Mekong River, all you see is slow boats going by and a bunch of slow boats parked right below the cafe. So it's stunning, it's peaceful, there's no tourists here, and I probably will come back here tomorrow morning just to start, have a peaceful start to my day before I hit the other cafes that are on my list. So that was a pretty awesome experience. They're extremely nice in there, and he gave me suggestions to another cafe called Café Dada, and that is literally a 2-minute walk down the street here. This area is definitely not as well traveled. Again, no tourists in sight. I'll flip the camera around here. The first thing I noticed about this espresso here, well, one, the extraction was super fast, which is going to lead to notes of maybe sourness, excessive bitterness. And the other thing I noticed just from watching the espresso come out is that it was super fresh. I mean, it is a little bit sour, but with that said, there's a lot of sweetness. The first place it hits is right at the tip of the tongue. So super sweet, but super fresh. We're gonna let this thing cool down a little bit, and then we'll see how it opens up from there. Now I'm gonna give you another taste of this espresso now that it's cooled down. So here's tasting number, I don't even know what it was, but it's been sitting for quite a while. So like the previous espresso, it actually improved dramatically as it cooled. Needless to say, if you're gonna get an espresso here in Laos, I highly recommend just letting it cool, drinking it cold. One thing I noticed is that it still has that sourness to it. Not a whole lot of flavor notes coming through, but the body is just very big. It's sweet. I'm getting like caramel notes, although this one is a little bit overpowering with some of the roasting notes. Their espresso as a milk-based beverage, phenomenal. So I left the cafe I was formerly at, and I kind of want to come in here and just give you a final rating for the cafe. While I was there, I wanted something to sip, so I just took some of my water and I poured it into my espresso, essentially making it Americano. But when I reconstituted that shot, it was actually quite enjoyable. And now I'm heading up to the mountain peak here to see like a good view of the entire city. So we are here, and I just met Tom here in the line. We were talking about espresso. He was trying to decide what to get. So I invited him for an espresso. This is it.
Thank you, Donnie.
I didn't even see what the shot timing was. Looking at it, looks a little bit more volume than a single shot.
Definitely high volume.
And the fact that it was brewed probably over a minute ago. Crema is still there. It's very thin crema, which makes me believe that either, he said it was, I think it's 60-40%, so 60% Arabica, 40% Robusta, which I'm surprised because it's still, the crema just dissipated very fast. That could say a lot about how the shot was pulled or about the freshness. There's many stories to could tell.
Nice, intense, not so much of that nutty chocolate thing, but that's all I could say. I'm not a big espresso drinker.
So let's get our nose in there, let's see. You can definitely taste that there's Robusta in there. It's a little bit bitter, but at the same time, this is, out of all the coffee roasters, I would say this one is the most properly roasted just because I'm not getting any like roasting defects. I expect there to be some bitterness from the Robusta. But this is, in terms of roasted coffee, this here is the best roasted that I've had. It's gonna be hard to like even enjoy because I've had so much caffeine. But nutty, I'm not getting a whole lot of chocolate tones, maybe like some mild milk chocolate, but not a whole lot of chocolate.
Now when you say nutty, you're talking about the espresso, not the cookie, right?
The espresso, yes, correct. I didn't have a bite of the cookie yet. This is, oh wow. This is the new thing I just got.
What is this here?
BANO coffee.
Looks like the peanut cookie on top, right? Doesn't it? So this is by far, in terms of just the quality of espresso, this is the best espresso that I've had today out of the 3 coffee shops that I visited that roasted their own beans. At this one, I'm not going to finish that one, otherwise I won't be able to finish this one. So let's go to this one.
You're doing one of those Mark Beans things. That's what he does. He just like eats a bit and so he can keep eating.
This one's nice.
It was sweet,
wow.
right? Is it sweet? Is that what the face is saying?
Yeah, like I don't even know what I'm tasting in here.
Okay.
I think there is blended banana in it. The coffee is just like an aftertone, but it tastes like banana. Like, it literally tastes like a banana smoothie with espresso in it, which it probably is. There's peanuts in there too. It's some nuttiness in it. It's very nice, and it's refreshing, which is like it's been getting really hot now. This one I will finish. Winner right here. If I had to give it a score in a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this one like a 9. The espresso, I'll give that an 8 in terms, and that's purely based on what I've had here in Luang Prabang today. Every coffee that I had today was all roasted in-house. So that means it wasn't made by somebody else. They all did the production in-house. I thought that was pretty interesting to have all these little micro roasteries. Now I am officially coffeed out. So this last spot was by far the best cold and roasted cup of coffee that I had today. Tomorrow I'll give it another go. And that'll wrap up my cafe review of Luang Prabang. I'm at Dow Coffee. I was walking down towards the center of town from my hostel, and I had seen the spot yesterday, and I didn't notice it earlier, but it has a giant clay pot coffee cup right in front of it, so I figured this place looks pretty legit. If they have a giant coffee cup, it's legit. This double shot is pretty long, but the reason I stayed, and this is kind of one of the things I do whenever I go into a coffee shop, is I'll watch someone make the coffee, and then if I see the flow rate seems to be the right flow rate, then at least I know the extraction is gonna be pretty good. And then I'll go in and I'll order my coffee. So I did that with this coffee here. So first thing we'll do, let's take the spoon, let's give it a little. Right away, the first thing I get, green notes. That's something that's been consistent with most of the coffees that I had yesterday. Actually, it's pretty consistent with the taste as well. So that kind of carried through. This seems like a lighter roast. It's actually still very balanced. 2 years ago, many of the cafes that are now in Luang Prabang were not even there. So all these people who are coming in now and opening cafes, they're really learning through experience. With that being said, bravo. Like, it takes a lot to understand and develop your roasting profiles. It's something that you could only accomplish through experience. Salute. So I didn't finish the entire double shot just because I wanted to save some room for another coffee experience. And there's one shop in particular that I'm looking at. I am very excited to try this coffee. I chose here because they seemed to be very coffee focused, and I'm glad I did because that assumption was correct. One thing I looked at when I was in the cafe, that they had a bunch of awards they had entered their coffee into. They roast their coffee, they used to roast it here, but now they roast it in Vientiane. So let's get to this tasting. This is a beautiful, I almost don't even want to mix it in, but I'm curious to see just what the foam is like. It's a little aerated here, but it still looks very creamy. Because I wanted to really enjoy this cup of coffee, I decided to get a latte instead. So here we go. Very pleasant. The thing with the cappuccino or a latte is that there's a lot of milk there. You're not really tasting the espresso as much as you would if you had a black. But it's nice. It's creamy. There you could subtly get the espresso underneath it. It has nutty tones, no fruitiness, chocolate. It's a nice cappuccino. I can't say anything else. It's a good cappuccino. That is it for today. And this is Kama Coffee, and their coffee has been Q graded. That alone led me to believe that this was the right choice. I'm glad I did. So that is it for the Luang Prabang. Tomorrow I am on to the next destination, and I will see you soon.